To hand tint a photo, you need to open Photoshop. You're going to find the image that you want to hand tint, so File, Open, and locate it. Mine is on the desktop. Double click it, and here's your image. You want your image to be as close to 8 by 10 as possible. To check your size, you're going to go to Image Size. Make sure that you're on inches. Your smallest size is going to be 8. So if I set this to 8, you can see that it's not my smallest size. Your smallest size will be 8 inches, and we will crop this down to be 10. Your resolution needs to be 150. Hit OK. Double click the little hand on the left. This will make your image become full screen. You want to make sure you have your rulers. If you do not have your rulers visible, you'll go to View and Rulers and make sure that that's checked. We now need to crop the image to make it 8 by 10. So I'm going to go to the crop tool over here, select crop. Go ahead and drag it all the way across because we want it to be 8. If your hand slips, it's okay. Just go back, drag this down to the 10 inches. We now have an 8 by 10 image. You can move this box up or down to crop it how you want. Once you're happy, you can double click in the center or hit enter on the keyboard. To make sure that we have an 8 by 10, you'll go Image Size. That's pretty close to 8 by 10, so that's fine. You'll hit OK. You now need to go into your Layers palette. Go to Windows, Layers, and now I have my Layers palette. You want to create a copy of your background. So I'm going to click my background and drag it down to the copy icon. You'll see now that I have 2 copies of the same exact thing. We are now going to desaturate one of the layers. So make sure you're on your background copy, go to Image, Adjustments, and Desaturate, and that will get rid of the color. You also want to adjust the levels. When you turn something black and white, it becomes very gray. So you want to increase the contrast. To get to your levels, you can shortcut Command on the keyboard with Command L, or you can go to Image, Adjustments, and Levels. You want to pretty much just add contrast and make your whites whiter and your blacks blacker without making it look too photoshopped. So you want it to look very realistic. Once you're happy with it, you'll hit OK. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add color to the area that you want. By doing that, you're going to use your eraser tool on your tools palette. Remember that you have options up here, so different size brushes. Put the brush over your image and you can see how big it is. Then you will just go in and start erasing. You can do the large areas first and then come back and fix the detail. If you mess up and go too far, you can hit Command Z on the keyboard and that will do undo. If you need to do more steps, come over to your history. If your history is not visible, you're going to go to Windows, History, and you can back step. So each one is a step that you did. If you want to zoom in, you're going to use your little magnifying glass and you'll zoom into the area that you want. This is good for detail. If you want to just move the little screen a little bit, you can use the hand, click and drag, and that will move it how you want. Go back to the eraser brush. This is way too big, so I'm going to get a smaller brush and come in around the edges. You'll continue this until you have everything that you want tinted or in color, colored. Once you have everything ready, then you'll go ahead and just double click on this hand and get your image back to full screen. Once everything looks good, then you're ready to save it. So you're going to do File, Save As. If you want to transport this, take it somewhere to get printed out or open it on any computer, you're going to want to save it as a JPEG. So you will go File, Save As. From your drop-down menu here, you're going to change this to a JPEG. A JPEG will be able to be opened on any computer with any program, not necessarily Photoshop. Make sure you have it saved as the name that you want in the location that you want, and you will hit Save. Click OK here, and now our project is done. You'll also want to save it as a PSD so that you can come back and edit it if you ever want. You can simply do that by doing File, Save, and you can see that it's already a Photoshop file, and it's going to save your layers. So you'll hit Save and OK. That is how you hand tint a photo on Photoshop.